Hi, welcome to my tutorial on how to build a heavy space shuttle that seats 3. It is compatible with the latest 0.19 version of the game. It uses MechJeb add-on, but just to simplify my my work really. I've spent about 10 hours trying to build the shuttle, and experimenting and stuff, so I'm just sick and tired of having to launch everything manually. So let's get right to it. Mechanical jet pod version is going to be the main bit of our shuttle. By the way, I think you should be able to replicate this with a vanilla Kerbal Space program if you don't want to install MechJeb. Let's just go back into pods once again and select the command pod that seats 3. Then let's pop some solar panels on it so that we don't run out of charge in space. And the main bit, the reason I'm calling it a heavy shuttle, is one of these babies. And that's not all. I'm going to add this one and this one. So as you can see, it's a pretty large shuttle. You should be able to get in orbit with that and still have enough fuel left to do something semi-useful, I suppose. Speaking of that, let's add a little docking port, but maybe not that many. Let's go for 2, one either side. So let's call this is going to be the top of our shuttle, and this will be the belly. Let's pop a gear on again, just the one, and like so. Then this is going to be the disappointing bit for many of you probably, because it's not going to be the space shuttle wings that you are all used to, like the Discovery. I meant to do that with the cloning option. There you go. So yeah, it's not going to look exactly like the Discovery or Buran, but you know, it's going to look like a shuttle, at least. That's good news. So 3 sections across and a delta wing, and another delta wing up here, like that. So as you can see, not quite the silhouette of a Discovery. Oh well. At least this one works. I tried the Discovery type silhouette, and believe me, I've spent many hours and I just could not get it to work. Also, strapping it onto a rocket resulted in displaced center of gravities as the fuel gets used up, and I think I managed to get to 20 km up top until I spun out. So, sick and tired of it, I'm just going to go with this. Right, let's do that, and once again like that. Suppose we could add some more there. Hang on. Hey, finally. Not sure if I need them, but may as well. So there you go, that's our wing surface. Have a look. Now I need to add another gear at the back, and for that I'm using one of these beams. What I do is I put that on the wingtip first. I only need one though. It's on a temporary so that I can add 2 more. Like that. Now just pick that up and put that as far back as you can without compromising the integrity, or let's just see if I can actually place the engine on top. Yeah, that works. Beautiful. Right, and now we just need to add the gears. Oops. No, there you go. one there, and one there. So as you can see, that's nice and high. Also, because it's so well at the back, you won't be hitting your engine when landing, so that should work quite well. Now what we need to do is reinforce all the wings a little bit. Let's go for double. So we've got a separate tank here, so let's attach that to this. Let's try again. Like that. This tank as well, let's just go a bit further and do it like this. I mean, I'm freestyling here completely, so go ahead and feel free to do it your way if you're not digging this one. Oh. But yeah, if you have found some tutorials on YouTube that actually show you working shuttles that can orbit and deorbit and land, and are compatible with the latest version of the game, well done. I couldn't, and frankly I'm past the point of caring. So if there's something and I'm just bad at searching, then oh well. Right, that's what I forgot to do. You can either place a canard or... what did I just put there? That's not what I meant to put. You can either do the deluxe winglet because it has a little flap, or I can do canard, and I'll go with this. There you go. And yeah, if you think you can do a delta wing, mono delta wing at that, then I've got another thing coming for you. You can't, because the center of lift is too far back, and when landing under unpowered flight, you can't get the nose high up enough. So this is why I had to do this. But you know, the silhouette isn't that bad. It's still shuttle-esque, and I think it's pretty enough. Now, so this is all good, well and good, but it won't give you enough fuel to get up into orbit. So what I do there is add 4 pylons like this. No, there you go, and some fuel tanks. Like that. Now you will notice that when you jettison them, they will actually hit your gear. So the trick is move them down far enough so that there's not enough. Basically, when detaching, they don't have enough room to get a proper run up and hit your gear. Yes, it will touch, but it won't destroy anything. And that's that. Actually, all you need to do is take the external fuel ducts and wire them into that main fuel shaft. That way you burn your fuel outside first, and when you jettison them you still have a full shuttle of fuel. And in case you're wondering, no, I'm not adding any more engine or any tips on top. All I'm going to do now is just reinforce the structure, because that's actually the main issue. Sometimes it does disintegrate if you haven't done it enough, so you just have to experiment a little bit, and hopefully you will eventually add enough. Let's just try this. That won't work, it's going to hit my tail fin. Alright, let's just remove that. What else should I? Should add some more there. Like that. Maybe do a little crisscross, in fact. Or just like that, doesn't matter. Right, and just go for one more at the back there. There you go. Right, that should all be good. Just need to add a few of these. One there, one here. That should do it. I just get the staging in order. No, that's not the order I meant. Oops. Right, hang on. There. Right, let's call it something. I'll call it in honor of the Russian shuttle. Save, and let's give it a whirl. Now, as I said, I am using MechJeb. This could all be done manually, whatever this is doing. I mean, you'll see, but I've just had a 200 kilometers orbit. Engage. Although auto staging is enabled, I will need to. Well, I'll just show you. Right. Ready? Let's retract the gear. Go. So as you can see, that's a pretty heavy at 110 tons. That's by no means a light shuttle. I made a Mark 1 fuselaged one with just one Kerbal, and that was around 30 tons, so it's quite significantly larger. Having said that, the smaller shuttle did actually look like a proper shuttle Discovery, so that's nice. But anyway, so we're just waiting for the fuel out of these tanks to drain. In fact, we're almost there, so what I'll do is enable that so I can just press space as soon as that goes to 0. The sooner you do it, the better. That way, again, it won't damage your gear once it's empty, because the speed differential will be very little. Well, actually, should be about the same anyway. But there we are. So there you go. It hit my gear, but not strongly enough to matter. Now we'll just wait for it to get into orbit. I'll switch that off. Yeah, it did disintegrate once at this point, but I think I've reinforced it well enough now to for it not to do that. So approaching the... oh, what's going on there? No. Approaching the 10 kilometer mark, so a little bit of rotation. And we just wait to get up there. Of course, another way to do it is just to perch this just like a stage of a rocket, and you can just perch it onto a long rocket, but then I think you will have even more structural problems there, and it's not going to look as proper as a space shuttle, I suppose. But there we are. So we're just going to wait for this to get to the orbit, then I will deorbit it and try to land it without any power. Hopefully we'll land it somewhere over ground, so I can demonstrate the strength of these gears, but it should be right. Probably going to shut down any minute now. Yeah, there you go. A perhaps is 200. Just going to coast to that, even out the orbit. I mean, I know it's not a great deal of fuel remaining, but it's more than enough to get into orbit, do a little bit of maneuvering. I mean, you can probably get to the moon with that still. And of course it's enough to deorbit, because with an engine this size you only need 2-second burn to get yourself down, so it's not so bad. I mean, it's telling me we've got 17 seconds burn remaining. It's going to be less once we orbit, but again, it's good enough. You can probably put an RCS on top of this as well, or experiment a little bit, like adding a bit more fuel tanks, because as you probably saw in the beginning, the thrust to weight ratio on the launch pad was still well above 1.5, meaning you can add more fuel and thereby obviously extend the life of your operations. There you go, 10 seconds burn remaining, and I am in orbit. There we are. Isn't that beautiful? In fact, let me take a screenshot. I love this. Bosh. That's done. Right, so where is our station here? I don't want to land at night, but I suppose it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I'll add a maneuver. It's hard to see. I'll just overshoot it a little bit because I'll slow down invariably. So there you go. So obviously, as you can see, we are in a complete nice and round orbit, stable. We've got solar panels, so we'll never run out of charge. We can just maintain this for as long as we like. You'll notice that I haven't got any curveballs on top. That's because I'm using the MechJeb module first rather than this first. And to deorbit, I need a 4-second burn. Another reason I like MechJeb is to deorbit. All you do is switch on SmartAss, click Node, and that again automatically just positions the plane for you to face the node rather than manually faff about with this. And at the same time, unlike the SAS, it still lets you like correct. So there you go. I just put that back on its well, the right way up. I'm gonna go ahead and warp to the node. And get ready to burn. Night landing. So 9, 8, 7, 6. As you can see, I'm not cheating too much. I could have used the landing autopilot, but I just want to prove to you that this can all be done manually. I've messed it up a little bit, but that should be enough to deorbit anyway. There you go. Still fuel left, and we'll keep that for the later part of the journey, I suppose, just in case. However, I don't like the vessel being too heavy either, because you kind of want to not break your landing gear. But it's light enough, 21 tons, that's nothing. Right, let me just remove that node. Now, this is the critical bit, I suppose, because I'm pretty bad at landing. And that's, I suppose, not something you want to be saying as a real-life pilot, but there you are. Right, let me just save this, quick save it rather. And I'll just go ahead and warp until we hit the atmosphere. Damn, this is properly dark. I'm gonna miss the landing completely, ain't I? Alright, well, I'll just get it close enough to the water surface under controlled conditions. Or I can suppose I can do this. Well, no, my speed is just too high. See if I can correct the course a little bit. And still have some ground left, but I doubt it. not going to make it to the other side of the ocean, am I? Yeah, well. That's a pretty bad overshoot, actually. Oh, wait. It isn't. I just messed up my geography. That's where our station is. I thought this is the landing bit. Yeah, well. Not to worry. I just set ourselves up prograde again. So 20 kilometers. Ooh. That's a bit sensitive. There you go. Gorgeous. Alright, landing gear down. And once it's at about 200 meters per second, I'll just add some throttle to make myself even lighter. I suppose this can go now. Of course, there's no way I'm making it to the other side, but oh well. Probably a bad idea burning such heavy thrust as well. But there we go. The reason it's autopiloted, I'm just killing rotation. I mean, I suppose I could just completely... there you go, that's no meg job involvement now. But I just like it not to rotate my craft just in case. Actually, my angle of attack is just too shallow so far. Let's get some speed if we can. So, how much do we weigh? 19.34 tons. 2/3 of a small shuttle, fully laden. Right. Time to slow down. I actually managed to land this in some mountains earlier as well, which was pretty cool, considering that the wheelbase isn't that wide. I expected to flip, but I didn't, and didn't break anything either. But it was going a bit faster than this, so I'm pretty impressed. Landing speed of 60 meters per second. Right, let's try and shallow out that vertical speed. Hang on, it's slow enough. So if this was land, this would have been a great landing. But because it isn't, it isn't. But I'm sure, wow, there was not enough inertia left for this to carry on flying, but it looks like it's going into orbit. But there you go. Hopefully that's proof enough for you that this is a completely reusable shuttle. Feel free to show me some YouTube videos for the latest version of the game that improve upon my design, or give me some ideas, I suppose, but don't gloat too much. I got really frustrated with YouTube, hence this video really. Anyway, thanks for watching, see you later.